FBI Season 8. Episode 7 brings chaos, shocking reveals, and a major career decision that could change everything. From a deadly arson that leads straight into a prison riot, to the emotional truth behind the crime, and Isobel turning down a huge promotion. This episode delivers twist after twist. Let's break down every moment you might have missed in Fadeaway. From a deadly explosion to Isobel's shocking choice, Episode 7 does not let up. Here's the full breakdown. FBI Season 8, Episode 7, titled Fadeaway, is one of those episodes that pulls you in from the first explosion and refuses to let you go until every twist has landed. It's not just an action-heavy hour. It's a character-defining story that tests loyalty, exposes uncomfortable truths, and forces Isobel into one of the biggest decisions of her career. This entire episode balances tense-on-the-ground action with emotional depth, creating a powerful reminder of why FBI continues to deliver compelling drama 8 seasons in. The episode opens with total chaos. A violent explosion tears through an apartment building, turning what should have been a normal day in New York City into a nightmare. Within minutes, Maggie and OA are on the scene, moving through smoke, debris, and panic-stricken survivors. But something about this explosion feels calculated, too specific, too precise. The investigation confirms their suspicion. This wasn't an accident. Someone used a time-delay device and heating coils to ignite the fire at the perfect moment. Their first and closest lead is Harry Jenkins, a former inmate who was recently released. Jenkins is known for his expertise with mechanical devices, especially anything involving wiring and ignition. Maggie and OA track him down, expecting a hostile interview or some kind of fight.
Look, Al, why don't you show me how the heating coils worked? Today's business.
But surprisingly, Jenkins folds quickly, not out of fear, but out of exhaustion. He tells them straight, yes, he set the detonator, but he didn't come up with the plan. He was ordered to do it, and the orders came from inside the prison. This revelation shifts the investigation dramatically. If someone behind bars orchestrated the attack, then this isn't just arson, it's a message. The team follows the clues to Russell Two Slice Jackson, a seasoned inmate with a long criminal history, and the kind of influence that stretches beyond prison walls. But before the agents can bring him in for questioning, the case takes a dark turn. Jackson is found dead in the prison yard, killed with a shiv. Someone wanted him silenced. With Jackson gone, the team widens their focus. The next likely suspect is Cole Watkins, a younger, low-ranking member of Jackson's gang who may have had access to Jackson's cell and phone. And when they run background checks, things begin clicking into place. Watkins has a girlfriend on the outside, Lorraine Green, and the building that was burned down is connected to people in her circle. Even more disturbing, the team discovers that Watkins and Lorraine share a teenage son, DeMarcus, and that he may be caught in the center of this entire mess. While Maggie and OA pursue leads outside, Scola and his new partner, Agent Eva Ramos, head into the prison to talk to Watkins. But what's supposed to be a controlled interview quickly unravels. Word spreads that Watkins may have blown up a building in a territory belonging to another gang leader inside the prison, a man known as Chaos. And when Chaos gets the information, the entire facility erupts. A full-scale prison riot breaks out, trapping Scola and Ramos inside. They're overwhelmed by inmates, tied up, and left completely vulnerable. They can't defend themselves. They can't call for help. They can't even move. Outside, the rest of the FBI team watches the surveillance monitors in horror. There's nothing they can do but scramble to figure out a way in. Inside the chaos, something crucial happens. Over the screams and fighting, Watkins confesses something to Chaos and to the agents, unintentionally.
Both are. You're looking at 8 federal counts of murder and...
Do you know who died?
Well, we're not releasing that information.
Agreed. The director is...
File. But we would also like...
It's gonna miss you right back.
I see you.
He didn't blow up the building for power or money. He did it for his son. This moment reframes the entire case. Back at headquarters, Jubal and Isobel start connecting dots. They revisit the list of building victims and focus on one woman, Sierra Gibson. She was pregnant. At first, her death seemed like an accident, a tragic casualty of the explosion. But when they dig deeper, the truth becomes hauntingly clear. There was no soot in her lungs, meaning she died before the fire started. She was murdered. And the timing of her pregnancy? It lines up perfectly with DeMarcus's summer break. Suddenly, everything clicks. DeMarcus wasn't just a random kid caught in a dangerous family. He was the father of Sierra's unborn baby, and if the truth came out, his future as a rising athlete, his entire life, would collapse. Watkins and Lorraine weren't running a criminal operation. They were trying to protect their son by covering up a tragic secret. Meanwhile, the prison riot reaches a dangerous peak.
Sierra Gibson was the target of this attack all along.
With no other option left, Maggie and OA decide to go in themselves. They push through the prison corridors, fighting off inmates and breaking through the chaos until they reach the infirmary where Scola and Ramos are held. And just as Maggie and OA arrive, Scola and Ramos manage to overpower chaos, giving us a rare and satisfying moment where the new partners share mutual respect and gratitude for each other. Back outside, the emotional tension builds as Isobel and Jubal sit down with Lorraine. They confront her gently at first, laying out their evidence piece by piece, the pregnancy timeline, the lack of soot, the burner phone, and the orders inside the prison. At first, Lorraine denies everything, but eventually the weight of the truth becomes too heavy. She breaks down and admits it all. Yes, she and Watkins set everything in motion. Yes, they were trying to shield DeMarcus. But she also delivers a chilling reminder. The FBI has no hard evidence tying DeMarcus to Sierra's death. Without proof, he walks free. This moment isn't just about the case. It's about the moral gray areas parents step into when they're desperate. Lorraine is guilty, yes, but she's also a mother trying to save the only thing she has left. But the most powerful emotional moment of the episode doesn't come from the case. It comes from Isobel. Throughout the hour, she's been quietly wrestling with a major decision. She has been offered a promotion, one that would give her more authority and influence. It's the kind of opportunity people dream of in their careers. But Isobel has also watched Assistant Director Leo Ropak treat people, especially Jubal, with condescension and arrogance. She's seen what power can do to someone, and she refuses to become that version of herself. So when the time comes, Isobel turns down the promotion. It's not an impulsive choice. It's a deeply thought-out act of loyalty. She loves being on the ground with her team. She loves the work. And above all, she values the relationships she's built, relationships she refuses to sacrifice for a title. The episode closes with the team regrouping after the chaos. The case might not have ended with the perfect, clean arrest they were hoping for, but they uncovered the truth. They saved their colleagues, and Isobel made a choice that keeps the heart of the show beating. FBI Season 8. Episode 7 is the kind of episode that reminds viewers why this show has endured for so long. It's not just the action, though, there is plenty of that. It's not just the mystery, it's the characters. Their humanity, their flaws, their loyalty, and their willingness to step into danger. Not because they have to, but because they care. And in Fadeaway, every single one of those elements comes together, delivering an hour filled with tension, heart, and the kind of emotional stakes that turn a good episode into a memorable one. Thank you for watching.